So this question here involves a side situation. Okay, so we have all three sides. So we need the angles involved in this question. So this is a situation where we use cosine law. So to use cosine law, really the only thing with cosine law is if we label a side A an angle A, okay, that's as long as we know that we have the side A, we can write the side as a squared, and the other two sides are going to be b squared and c squared. And when we set this up, the angle that ends up in the cosine just has to we just have to make sure it matches this side. Okay, so that's side A, we need to use cosine of angle A. So as long as we do that, the formula is going to work. So I end up with 23 squared, 23 times 49, and then that's going to be cosine of angle A. Okay, and again, as long as this side matches this angle, we're okay. Okay, the formula will work. Okay, so then when I rewrite this, I get 32 squared minus 23 squared minus 49 squared, all divided by negative 2 times 23 times 49. That's going to be the cosine of angle A. So putting that in my calculator, let's see what we get here. We get 32 squared minus 23 squared minus 49 squared. Okay, and that's going to all be divided by negative 2 times negative 2 times 23 times 49. Okay, so that's going to give me positive. So cosine of angle A is positive 0.846 when we round that. Okay, so angle A is equal to the inverse cosine of 0.846, and my calculator is going to give me a value of 32.26 degrees. So 32.26 degrees. Okay, so that looks about right. Now with the cosine law, we don't need to worry about theta 1 and theta 2. There's no ambiguous case for cosine law. But once we solve for one angle, we could use cosine law again to solve for the other angle, but it's probably easiest just to arbitrarily label an angle B and use the sine law for angle B. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go sine B over side B is equal to sine of 32.26 degrees over 32. Okay, so once I get a side and opposite angle pairing, I can go ahead and use sine law. So sine B, I'm going to end up with sine of 32.26 divided by 32 times by 23. Okay, so I'm going to end up with 0.384 when I round that. And then inverse sine of that, so angle B is equal to the arc sine of 0.384. That angle works out to be 22.56 degrees. So 22.56 degrees. So 22.56 degrees. We're going to subtract to get the third angle here. So we get 180 minus 22.56 minus 32.26. And we end up with, this is going to be 125 0.17 degrees, or round that to 1/8. Okay, so now if we use sine law for this bigger angle, we may run into an issue where we're dealing with a theta 2. So what we could avoid that by either one, always using cosine, because we don't have to worry about that, or when we use a sine law, just make sure you use an acute angle. If we know that's going to be an acute angle, then we don't have to worry about that third angle. Okay, so there's my angles, angle, angle, and my third angle, where was that again? It's right here. My third angle is right there. Okay, so I talked about special cases for the ambiguous case, or the angle side. And one of the special cases where we don't have to worry about theta 2, or about a second triangle, is if the length of side A is longer than side B. So side A is the opposite side to this angle. Okay, so it'll be oriented like this. There's no way I can draw this third side here, this line here, anywhere in this area, because it's not going to, if I swing that arm around, if I swing that around, it's going to kind of swing around, it's going to go all the way to the other side here. So it's not going to form a triangle, that second triangle with that. It'll form one triangle because it will touch this horizontal line. Okay, it will touch that line, it will form that triangle, but there's not two triangles that can form here. And that's when side A, the opposite side, is bigger than side B. The other special case is when no triangle is involved, because if we take a look at B sine A represents that red length here. So this is B sine A. Okay, that represents the vertical length of that triangle, or the height of that triangle. Well, if the length of side A is smaller than that, so here's my side A. Okay, this is my side A here. That's how long it is. If it's not long enough to touch the bottom, then we can't make a triangle. So there's no possibility a triangle could be made in this case. So these are two special cases. Okay, when the opposite side here is too long and it's longer than side B, it won't be able to make another triangle. If this side is too short, it won't even touch the bottom here, and that length of that vertical is B sine A. If that length here is shorter than B sine A, then it can't make any triangle. So there's no triangle that we can make for this particular case. And these are both angle side cases. Okay, oops, I don't know what happened there. I just erased that. But these are my angle side cases. Okay, these are the ones that we have to worry about, the ambiguous case. But in this case here, we do not need to worry. These two cases, we don't need to worry about the ambiguous case. Here, this one here, we don't even have to worry about solving it because it's not possible.